Conscious Leadership Podcast, the human side of leadership, where consciousness meets practical business leadership. The podcast dives into real challenges managers face, from team motivation to navigating change. Discover actionable insight, proven strategies, and inspiring stories to help you lead with clarity, authenticity, and impact. Whether you are an SME owner, a team leader, or simply passionate about conscious leadership, this podcast will equip you with the tools to build stronger teams, foster trust, and achieve sustainable success. Tune in, lead consciously, and make a difference. Hello, and welcome to a new episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Boris Nedved. Today, I want to elaborate on a topic that many leaders possibly overlook: how individual information assimilation styles can dramatically impact team performance and innovation. Let me hit you with a bold statement right from the start. Your team's information assimilation style is holding you back. Forcing everyone to process information the same way ignores individual strengths and directly reduces productivity and creativity. So what do I mean with that? In today's business environment, a lot of processes are so streamlined for efficiency and force everyone to process information in the same way, ignoring completely individual strengths and potentials. So for me, this directly reduces productivity and creativity. Yet many organizations enforce these standardized communication collaboration styles that don't take into account the diverse ways people take in and learn, understand, process, and apply information. So let's explore why conscious leadership means recognizing and leveraging these differences, rather than trying to harmonize everyone into a single approach. For me, it's the one-size-fits-all trap in a lot of things that happen in business. And to illustrate this concept, imagine a highly skilled data analyst who really excels when given uninterrupted time to process complex information independently. Now picture this very same person, the very same analyst, in a brainstorming session where spontaneous input and rapid exchanges are expected. Not only does this setting undermine his strengths, but it also creates frustration for both the individual and the team, because both don't feel comfortable. And such scenarios are not rare. In many companies, the norm is to push for collaboration, team brainstorming, and consensus-based decisions. This is how, the buzzwords are built. While these practices can work, they often alienate those whose natural information assimilation style doesn't fit this model, like the independent assimilation styles, and I'll come to that. The standardization can cause disengagement, a huge problem, as again clarified by the 2025 Gallup report. A lot of people are getting more and more disengaged. It reduces performance and can even create burnout if you cannot follow your own way of assimilating information. So consider the fact that some employees thrive when given time to independently process information, while others really excel in collaborative settings. And trying to force one approach often means losing out on the unique strengths of each individual. But why? Why do we continue to do this? It's because we are stuck in an outdated practice, or because it's easier than challenging the norm. Because most leadership training still revolves around outdated industrial models of management, where uniformity is seen as efficiency. Instead of seeing employees as unique thinkers, they are often treated as identical sprockets in a corporate machine. Moreover, many companies are still relying on assessment tools that inherently carry biases because they are based on standardized questionnaires, and I've talked a lot about that before in my podcast. This approach overlooks the uniqueness of individuals' thought processes, and really fails to capture the diversity of the different information assimilation styles and types. So why it matters for you as a conscious leader and for conscious leadership to understand these different information assimilation styles. To effectively lead a diverse team, you as a conscious leader need to understand how different individuals process information. Recognizing and leveraging these differences is crucial for maximizing productivity, creativity, and engagement. By identifying each team member's unique assimilation style, leaders can make informed decisions about task assignment, communication strategies, and leadership approaches for the individual team members. This is for me the human in the center approach. Understanding a person's information assimilation type is vital in a business setting. It enhances the decision making and problem solving, because individuals who understand their preferred ways of assimilating information can more effectively process the data and the insights. And we talk a lot about data and so on in nowadays business. It can boost communication collaboration, because by recognizing one's information type, this helps tailor the communication with the team members, fostering a better collaboration. For instance, if you have an analytical thinker, this person may prefer structured data and data-heavy presentations. Big picture thinkers might resonate more with visual summaries or strategic overviews. As a result, the teams can avoid miscommunication and align more effectively on the goals, on what needs to be done. It improves learning and adaptability. Business environments demand constant upskilling and adaptation. And understanding how you best assimilate information enables faster learning and knowledge retention. A hands-on learner might prefer workshops and simulations, versus a reflective learner might thrive with written materials or solo study time. This self-awareness allows the individual to seek out training or work methods that harmonize and optimize their performance. It aligns with the personal and team strengths. When individuals understand their assimilation type, they can better position themselves to take on roles or tasks that match their strengths. The next type is the synthesizing assimilation. This is quite a unique information processing style, characterized by the ability to gather, integrate, and connect insights from multi-diverse sources and interactions. This represents 11% of the population. And these are individuals with an assimilation style that thrives in dynamic environments, where they can engage with lots of people, lots of ideas, and lots of perspectives. They need a dynamic, varied environment to stay motivated. So their strength is really the creativity and the adaptability. And they are particularly effective in roles requiring strategic thinking or cross-functional collaboration, cross-departmental collaboration. They thrive in dynamic, fast-changing environments. That makes them well-suited for industries like technology, consulting, or startups, where there is a multitude of different activities that intrigue their mind. And they are relationship builders, which makes them excellent in roles like sales, business development, or client management. On the challenging side, the repetitive tasks is something that can lead to frustration, or static environments where they cannot float around and meet with different people. This might lead to frustration and disengagement. So they need variety and dynamic interactions to maintain their motivation. What does it mean for you as a leader? You can provide them dynamic opportunities. Assign them to roles or projects involving cross-functional collaboration, brainstorming sessions, or market research, where they have to sift through lots of different markets. Encourage patience and help them to recognize when to pause, when to stop, to allow them for their complete synthesis of the data. Perhaps through structured review stages or feedback loops that you make up with them. Leverage their networking and utilize their ability to connect with diverse stakeholders, to drive team efforts or client relationships. And offer variety, rotate their responsibilities, provide opportunities to tackle diverse tasks, to keep them engaged and motivated. The next one is subjective assimilation. That is a very rare and unique processing style, found in 0.64% of the population. Individuals with this style are deeply reliant on their own experiences, their own personal frameworks for understanding and integrating information. While their approach may seem rigid to others, it offers them a depth, a consistency, and this highly personalized perspective when given the time and space to process information. They have a very specific, unchanging way of processing information that aligns closely with their personal experiences. And unlike the other types we've heard about, they do not easily adapt their methods to fit external systems or perspectives. Their decisions and understanding of information is rooted in their own experience, in their own values, in their own knowledge. This makes their insights unique, but can also make them appear less open to external viewpoints. Quick decisions are not their strength. They require time to reflect, and even more time to reflect than a collaborative or synthesizing assimilation type. Their strength is, they can provide thoughtful, consistent insights, and their fixed way of processing information ensures a stable and dependable approach to problem solving and decision making. They are less likely to be swayed by external noise or these fleeting moving around trends. They excel in roles that require strong individual perspective. So subject matter expertise, advisors, analysts, this would be ideal roles for these people. Their challenge is definitely that they seem rigid or resistant to new perspective. Their selective openness and their really fixed way and fixed processing and fixed perspective can make it harder for them to work in highly collaborative or fast-paced team environments. Thinking back of the buzzword collaboration and teamwork, they are not ideal for such an environment. For you as a leader, you can provide space for reflection. Allow them the time they need to process the information fully before they expecting their decisions or contributions. Tap into their depth. Assign them to tasks requiring really careful thought, consistency, or subject matter expertise, where their thorough approach can really shine and make the team and you thrive and them thrive. Encourage collaboration on their terms. Pair them with collaborators who respect their boundaries and their processing style, which can foster a balance of independence and teamwork. The last type is objective assimilation. It is a highly intuitive, non-judgmental style of processing information, where individuals act as observers, as evaluators of their environment. These individuals take in information from their surroundings in an open, unbiased way and share their insights with clarity and fairness. Their ability to sense and reflect without any bias on the health and dynamics of an environment makes them invaluable in understanding group organizational energy, culture, and dynamics. They will sense what is wrong. This makes them effective mediators and these neutral observers in complex or emotionally charged scenarios. Their strength is really this unbiased analysis and this fairness that resides in it, that offers a strategic perspective. By synthesizing diverse observations, they can really identify patterns, trends, and opportunities that others really overlook. The challenge for them is that their wide open approach to information can lead to sensory or emotional overload, especially in high stress environments, in high peak, in high speed environments. Their effectiveness depends on the quality of their environment. A toxic or chaotic workplace can significantly impact their productivity and well-being. For you as a leader working with an objective assimilator, you can utilize their objectivity. Assign them roles where unbiased analysis is critical. Assessing team dynamics, market trends, risk management would be examples. Leverage the ability to sense the health of a workplace, to identify areas for improvement in employee engagement, diversity, organizational culture. Possibly ideal function would be in HR. Provide a healthy environment. Ensure that they operate in environments where support is there for their openness and their way to collaborate, while minimizing the chaos or negativity that might be in these teams. And involve them in ethical initiatives. They need sense of justice, makes them powerful advocates for corporate social responsibility programs, ethical decision making, and so on. So what you've heard, why does it matter for leadership? Conscious leaders recognize that effective communication and collaboration are not one-size-fits-all approaches. And by understanding each team member's assimilation style, you as a conscious leader can tailor interactions, can tailor assignments and feedback to maximize the engagement and productivity with your team and within the team members. For instance, assigning a collaborative task to an independent assimilator without prior preparation may lead to disengagement. On the other hand, forcing a synthesizer into repetitive, detailed-oriented tasks can kill his creativity. By matching tasks and responsibilities to the way individuals naturally process information, you as a leader can utilize your team members' intrinsic capabilities and enhance the creativity, improve the decision making, foster deeper engagement, and boost collaboration by creating individualized group settings. Pick them up where they are, lead from the inside out, understand where they come from. So, as a practical tip for you as a leader, identify the assimilation types, and you can use the human design system to understand your team's natural tendencies. You can start communicating accordingly by adapting your leadership style to accommodate different ways of processing information and talking to that and communicating that. Customize task assignment. Match the tasks with the assimilation types to maximize output and satisfaction. You can foster inclusivity. You create environments where both independent and collaborative synthesizers and so on, they can thrive and work together. And you can encourage self-awareness. You can help your team members to understand their own assimilation style, to empower their productivity, to bring out the best in them, to utilize their strengths. So conscious leadership is about embracing diversity in thought processes and breaking free from this standardized one-fits-all approaches. By understanding and leveraging the different information assimilation styles, you as a leader can foster a more engaged, innovative, and productive team environment. So, are you ready to evolve your business into a human-centric powerhouse? As a leader, the future isn't about managing. It's about mentoring, inspiring, creating environments where people thrive. It's leading from the inside out. And I partner with decision makers who aspire to be mentors, not just managers. Together we can really unlock authentic leadership potential, redesign team dynamics, and build ecosystems where innovation, trust, and sustainability and sustainable success flourish. So I offer leadership consulting that moves beyond outdated leadership models and embraces conscious, impactful, energetically aligned practices. I do executive mentoring for future-ready leadership to cultivate the mindset and skills needed to lead with intention, your intrinsic authenticity, and your resilience. Team alignment to enhance team collaboration, to boost creativity, productivity, and foster engagement through strategic team dynamics. Bring out the best of your people for the team and for the company and for you as a leader. And authentic communication and cultural shift strategies where we develop together transparent, human-centered communication practices that support cultural transformation in your company. So if you're ready to break free from these traditional leadership paradigms and truly empower you and your team, let's start together. One insightful conversation can already change everything. So connect with me today. Let's shape the future of your leadership together. Until the next time, thanks for listening. And stay intentional, stay conscious, and keep leading with purpose from the inside out. Thank you for listening to the Conscious Leadership Podcast. Look forward to the next episode to come, and stay intentional, stay conscious, and keep leading with purpose. Until the next time, bye.